But okay. I haven't seen bumping into a passerby mean to stop moving yet. That's new. Oh well. That works okay. It means this guy's done, so that's all I really care about. As long as it kills one and lets two attacks finish the fight, like, that means we're fine. Like, you can only really get trolled if no one dies. Then you have to sit through 3 attacks, and then you have to attack 3 times, and yeah. Like, you get it. Less attacks by enemies, good. There's less animations, good. This run would be so fast if there was an option for, like, Pokemon games for the Sujimon thing to, like, skip animations. That'd be funny. It'd look really weird, but it'd be so fast. Hey, Jill. Thanks for the luck, dude. How you doing? Matt. Yeah, I'm alright, dude. It's been a month, let me tell you. Hectic month. We'll see if April's any more chill. That was when I was supposed to skip. Whoopsie. From propulsive to tackless. Really impressive upgrades here. What? That's interesting. Let's make sure this guy's done. That doesn't count as a back attack? That's lame. Whatever. Dude, I don't know if I can go back to playing the last game and not being able to, like, position yourself in the middle of a battle. Like, being able to walk around 5 feet is such a small, like, change to the combat that means so much to how the game feels and plays. It's ridiculous. Alright, Tree. Thanks for the luck and the lurk. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, because I mean, it's such a minor. Like, the combat system in the two are very, very similar, but the few, like, small tweaks they made for this game make it so much more playable. It's actually ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous how much, like, at the whim of the game you are in LAD. I don't know how we're supposed to... I don't know what we're supposed to call the game now. Do you just call it 7? Is that just easier? It's easier in my head to call this one 8 and that one 7, and... whatever. Let's just get rid of them. Okay, the stun really helps here. The weapon attack really does not help. But whatever. That's a decent fight. The stun helped a lot. Yeah. No, the rebrand, like, I don't know. I know why they did it. I don't like it. I still like referring to the games as Yakuza. Thanks for the luck, Bacon. I hope there's audio. Y'all can hear me. It's like just some yak things that every other game in the 21st century lets you do. Buy and sell items in the same menu. Nope. Sell. Go in. Sell. Cancel out. Buy. How dare you try to do both at the same time? Yeah, when they were remastering everything. If they remastered everything and it was like a dragon, then that would have been fine. Yeah, I assume he means he doesn't have audio. Thanks, Joe. Damn. That didn't work out for me. That guy decided to go way out of the way. That's fine. The fear is a little less fine. Whatever. We'll just... It's gonna take 2 turns. Bad luck. Bad luck. Doo-doo-doo. Like, this game just feels really good to play, and the story just sucks. It's a shame. Like, from a gameplay perspective, I think this could be my favorite in the series. It's very high up there. It's like, the turn-based system feels good. You don't have to grind a million years like the last one. It's got some of the best side stuff in the series. Like, the Sujimon and the Animal Crossing stuff's really fun. They really did make one with more content than 5? You are absolutely right. They somehow did. Mad lads. But unfortunately, the story exists, and... Yeah. I like a lot of the stuff they did with Kiryu. The ending kind of annoyed me. I have no MP. I'm gonna have to heal. I'm gonna have to take the time to heal. I have no MP at all. Like, the ending annoyed me a bit because they made it more, like, look, I wanted to see Kiryu actually reunite with Haruka, and they imply that that happens, and they don't show it, and that annoys the heck out of me. And yeah, Ichi's stuff, like, Ichi's stuff's really good for, the first, like, I don't know when it starts. I think it's when Kiryu splits off from the party is when I feel like his stuff really starts to meander. Especially since the bad guy in Hawaii just kind of sucks. The Japan bad guy's like okay. This wolf is going nowhere near the flammables. Yeah, I would say Yami is the Yami stuff is really good for the most part. Once it gets away from that, I'd agree, it starts to really meander. Whatever, just smack him, please. And yeah, the cult leader in Hawaii is just bad. Like, he's a bad villain. Yeah, they did tease that he could join the party. Uh, yeah, they teased a couple people could join, didn't they? And it just didn't happen. I'm not going to have enough MP for this next fight, and that sucks, but we'll make do. The cult leader is just like, yeah, we need a villain for the Hawaii plot. And frankly, I'm not even entirely sure, like, what his evil plan is. I just know that he's evil. Oh yeah, like 7 had such a fantastic villain that it's a very hard act to follow. And, like, I'm willing to give them some credit for in that regard, but I mean, 7 story's really good. It was always going to be hard to follow up on it, but like they just dropped. I don't know, man. They dropped everything from 7. They didn't really try. It felt like to connect the games, like build on what 7 did. They're just kind of like, yeah, we're going to have a new adventure with Ichi. He's just doing something completely different now. Don't worry too much about it. And, like, that can work, too. Like, it's worked very well for the series in the past. That's, like, what most Yakuza sequels are, but, I don't know. Yeah, that's my read on Bryce. He's there. I'm pretty sure he's evil. What was the evil plot? Like, they're polluting a random island on the cost of the ocean. I'm not entirely sure why. And I'm not entirely sure why the gang's trying so hard to stop them other than, you know, pollution bad, which, fair enough, it's bad. Yeah, the find his mom stuff was good. They also did my boy Ichi really dirty with the end. It's like, you're telling me the boy learned nothing? You're telling me he learned nothing and he's just going to get in the doghouse with Sai again? Poor Ichiban. Yeah, he's using the nuclear waste as, like... I think he's somehow using the nuclear waste as, like, leverage to, like, blackmail world leaders or something. I don't know. All I know is this is a bad fight. All I know is this is a bad chapter. Bad chapter 1. I've had much, much better chapter 1s. Yeah, the Kiryu side is at least straightforward. It's like, yeah, you have a guy who wants revenge against all the Yakuza, and then you have the, like, Yakuza trying to reform type of thing. It's like, yeah, okay, this makes sense. We can follow it. This is standard Yakuza stuff. It's been done better in other games, but it's standard. We can follow it. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, as a video game, I think this is maybe the best game in the series. But the story really lets it down for me. And it really lets it down for me specifically because the story in 7 is so good. You know, like, if, say, because, like, I don't think very highly of Yak 6's story. So if, say, like, Yak 7 comes out and the story was, you know, okay, it was about the quality that we got in this game, and then this game were to follow that, I'd be like, okay, well, I've given up on the story of this series being really good again, but, like, the game's excellent, so... You know what I mean? It's like, I'm still invested in the story because the last one was so good, basically. Top 4 or 5 story-wise, but it's better without the meandering. I mean, it could well be top 4 to 5 story-wise, because there's a lot of Yak games where the story isn't great. I don't know. Yak's a weird series storyline, where when the story's good, it's really good, and when it's not, it's rubber bullets. I wouldn't say Gaiden's story was great, but it was good. Yeah, my gold here in Chapter 1 that I got yesterday is actually just ludicrous. And I'm not going to be able to compete with it. That's a Chapter 1 where, like, every RNG thing goes your way, more or less. To be fair, my problem with Gaiden's story isn't even Gaiden's story. My problem with Gaiden's story is that I hate the ending of Yak 6. And that story relies so much on the ending of Yak 6 to make any sense. Like, I still don't really understand how this organization of, like, spies Kiryu is in fucking works, and, like, what exactly his agreement was. Or even why the hell he made that agreement to begin with. Yeah, no, the story in this series does trend a thin line. Falling off because of Lost Judgment and Ancient. Like, yeah, Lost Judgment's a game that's, I like it more than the original Judgment, but I'm not a massive fan of the original Judgment, so... Ichin I still need to play. But I'm also in the middle of playing through 7 Rebirth, which is a game that never ends, so... I mean, I can't say I've fallen off the series, considering I played this game for, like, I think 82 hours was my casual playthrough. I really enjoyed it. Series with a lot of baggage, yeah. It's a really long series at this point. And then, and on one hand, like, I like a lot of the stuff they did with Kiryu in the new game, and obviously I love Kiryu. But also, like, one of the reasons that 7 was so fantastic is because it got away from all of the baggage of the earlier games. Like, it did a fantastic job getting away from the baggage while still having a lot of cool stuff for, like, longtime fans. It tread that line really well. If he stuns, I just lose time. Cool. And then the second they interjected Kiryu into this game and made, like, the ending of 6, like, necessary to understand what's going on, it's like, okay, we're no longer making a clean break anymore. This just... You now have to play the previous Yak games to get much out of this game. Yeah, it feels more like a send-off for Kiryu than 6 does. But, I don't know, I think it's at the detriment to Ichiban and the gang. Because, like, now if someone new says, hey, I want to get into the Yakuza series, like, before it was like, great, like, go play 7. Like, it's a reboot, if this looks like fun, go play it. Now it's like, can I just tell them to play 7 and then play 8? Will they understand it? Will anything make any sense? Will they get anything out of this game? Great, this is going wonderful. By wonderful, I mean, damn it, Tamazawa. It's supposed to help me out here. Okay, we can live with that. Whatever, that's fine. Yeah, a game where Ichi actually like starts dealing with all the whole family heads being dead thing and the fallout from the last game would have been like, they try to mess with it because, you know, they try to have him go straight. They try to have him like go straight and continue the mission from the last game of like rehabilitating Yakuza on the straight and narrow, and like that stuff's neat. Honestly, I'd prefer if the whole game was about that. Like that was the focus. Like I don't know. And like this game does just have a way of meandering, because like I like Sai and I like her and like Ichiban's dynamic, but like why is so much of this game taken up by their romantic like subplot? Like why is so much of like the real estate at the beginning of the game? You spend a good like 2 hours on that date. Like I don't even think I'm exaggerating. I think that date takes at least an hour. I don't know where the third guy went. I'm just hoping to line these two up. Great. Is it worth all the extra time to set it up? That's something I don't know the answer to. I'm not even going to try with this idiot. This idiot needs to go. I don't know, man. I think a lot of my issues with the storytelling in this game comes down to the fact it just meanders a lot. They did the transition between characters too quickly, or too frequently. I can see that. Like, I don't know. It feels like... Because it feels to me like Ichiban's the main character for all of, like, the Yami stuff. Then when the Yami stuff is resolved, Kiryu goes back to Japan, and then suddenly Kiryu's the main character. But we keep switching back to Ichiban. And all of Ichiban's, like, plot, once Kiryu's back in Japan, is all just... all feels like side plot. It doesn't feel like he's the main character anymore. Which a lot of that just has to do with, like, Kiryu goes back to Japan, then suddenly, like, oh, it's Bleach Japan, and, like, the Yakuza stuff, and, like, oh, great, well, this is the type of thing I was you know, expecting to get in a Yakuza game. That should hit 3 of them. It did. One of them didn't die. Unfortunate. Whatever. They're spread out. They're all spread out. Okay, 53 HP. I should be in no danger of dying to Yami right away. I will have to heal, though. I should be able to throw a baseball here and be okay. He's going to do like 40-ish damage. Yeah. Now we eat a sandwich. We get our defense buff, and now we're good. Now we are A-okay to chuck some baseballs. And, like, I think that Ichan is, like, supposed to be, like, the actual, like, pull in Ichiban's parts. Yeah, you fight Yami Syndicate a lot, considering he's not the main villain. But, like, I think Ichan and the whole betrayal thing, like, based on the ending, is supposed to be, like, really important and, like, mean something. The thing is, I don't care about Ichan. I do not care. Like, he's a dude. He sucks. I didn't like him when I thought he was a good guy. I didn't like him when he was a bad guy. I don't know. It didn't work. Did not work for me. Finally got that gold that's been waiting there for however many runs. Yeah, I think that's what they were going for. I think they were going for, like, Ichi looks at Ichan as, like, a parallel to the last game. And, like, this time the guy's going to live, and this time he's going to rehabilitate. And, like, the only thing they did to try to build a parallel is, like, Ichan pretends to be in a wheelchair for a bit. Like, I can see a version of the story where they build up, like, those parallels and it works. I just don't think this is it. Yeah, Bon Voyage. Is Bon Voyage the new Rubber Bullets? No, I don't think anything will be the new Rubber Bullets. I think Rubber Bullets is one of a kind. Alright, Kiryu tutorial. Woo! It is very funny to me that Kiryu's like moveset from Zero has just become his default. It's like even though he spends like the majority of the games with like a completely different fighting style, the Zero fighting style has become his default. Up is Kiryu in a game? Alright, he fights like he does in Zero. It's a new Beautiful Eyes. Oh no. Did that guy just step in the way of the guy who's trying to beat up? Because, that sucks. Seriously, though, why is Zero, like, the default for Kiryu now? He's been using the same fighting style for, like, 8 games. And it's what he does when he changes it up once in one game. That's now the default. Yeah, Zero. Right, it came out in the West after 6 was in Japan, and Zero's what made, like, this series in the West actually, like, marketable. Right, they started porting the whole series to the West after Zero was a success. I mean, it worked out for them. This game sold, from 7. uh, I mean, for mine, I was bar 9. Oh my goodness. If, like, we get fucking Mayonnaise bar, that would be... Uh, I would die of laughter. Is it Mine or Mine? I don't remember. I'm really bad at pronouncing these Japanese names. He was dead in Japan, but saw new popularity in the West. Yeah, you could be grasping at straws, but like this game sold what, 1,000,000 copies within a couple of weeks, even though it came out at like the exact same time as Persona 3. Like, clearly it's working. Mine. Gotcha. Yeah, I apologize to all Japanese speakers every time I play these games, because, yeah, I'm really bad at the pronunciations, and I know it. And I'm sorry. I didn't realize he was blocking. It didn't matter. Alright, Tomizawa joins the party. Woo! I mean, we don't get to see my favorite party member in this run, which is sad. I'm going to have to go in the menu and fix that. Which is time loss, but has to be done. When you screw up a menu, these things happen. The equip stuff after you buy a menu confuses me sometimes. They outsold Rebirth? Really? Like, to combined they outsold Rebirth, or they both separately outsold Rebirth? At least in Japan. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Combined outsold in Japan. Yeah, that makes sense. I heard that Rebirth, like, didn't do extraordinarily well in Japan. I mean, my basic understanding, and please tell me if I'm wrong, is that Final Fantasy hasn't done super, like, exceptionally well sales-wise in Japan for a little while. And Square is doing, like, everything now to try to appeal more to Western audiences because they're not selling in Japan as well as they used to. That's my understanding of what is happening. I don't pretend to have a clue as to why that would be happening. Because the PC and Switch market destroys in Japan, and the Final Fantasy games aren't on Switch, and yeah. It's like, I didn't know Japan had a good PC market. I thought it was... Yeah, I just didn't think the PC market was big over there. It's good. Interesting. Great, since like PS3. Yeah, like I was... My instinct was to say they haven't been great since like 13, but I don't know these things off the top of my head. But like I thought 13 sold very well. Infinite Wealth and P3R were on PC. Yeah, they were. Considering I'm playing one of those two on a PC right now. It really weapon attacked instead of... Wow, this game's annoying sometimes. Yeah, I thought I saw that, Yeah, because 15 was just horribly expensive. And I thought I saw it 16 sold, like, decently well, but not what they were hoping, which... This is Square, and Square have been saying that games have sold below expectations when they've done well for a while. Alright, to Nancy's Quest. Yeah, 7 Remake underperforming in Japan is wild to me. Yeah, COVID. Yeah. But yeah, I know the Switch is just, like, humongous in Japan. Like... Yeah, like, is 7 just, like... Because I know 7 is obviously massive in the West. Is it just not nearly as big in Japan? Right, the mobile market's big too. So that's why the influence for the Sujimon stuff is gotcha. Interesting. Japan, it's normally 6 near the top. Gotcha. Yeah, I guess NES era in Japan does make sense, doesn't it? I mean, here's my controversial opinion about the gaming industry kind of in general. I think I lost like a second there because I was going for the wheelie. Like, here's like my controversial gaming like opinion. Like, it feels like these like massive productions, like think Spider-Man 2, think Final Fantasy 7, like think God of War. Like, it feels like that level of these just massive games that take so long to make and so much money to produce like are just not sustainable at all, and that the future of the industry is stuff like the Yakuza series, for example, where they put these games out. They've been making these games like quick and fairly cheap for a long time at this point. It feels like this is the sort of series that is going to thrive in like just where the video game markets are, because it doesn't take like, obviously it takes a lot of time and money to make any video game, but like these games, it sold 1 million in the first week and that's a success, right? Spider-Man 2 like so broke all sorts of records and still seems to have reportedly not made Sony money, which I know Sony like, obviously first party games, like I know Sony takes a hit intentionally because they want a game like Spider-Man 2 to sell hardware, and their mindset is we'll take hits on the software in order to sell the hardware. Like, I understand that, but it seems like these games that are like cheaper to and easier to make are like where the industry is going, or where it's going to end up going when we have more like big markets, high profile, not even failures, just games not able to sell as much as it costs to make. Yeah, reusing assets did get shamed for some reason. So did like any type of stylizing graphics. I'm not convinced Marvel fatigue's a real thing. I mean, look at how well at least on in the social media world, it seems like the X-Men like TV show just came out, it's doing very well. Like, I'm not convinced Marvel fatigue's a real thing. No, boy. I've never been caught by these idiots before. This has never just not worked for me. Please get away. Kiryu, I'm begging you. I have never been caught by those idiots, ever. Well, we're losing like 30 seconds minimum on the split, I guess. But yeah, like, reusing assets even got shamed for Spider-Man 2 for some weird reason. It's like, guys, Spider-Man lives in New York. He, like, swings around New York. That's kind of his defining, like, characteristic. Why are we shaming reusing, like, parts of New York City? New York City has not changed. Like, the architecture of New York City has not changed in, however many years it's supposed to be. Like, come on. It's like New York must substantially change overnight, I guess. This would have been pretty close to a goal if I didn't randomly get caught by that mob. Like, I have never been caught by that mob. I don't know what happened. Yeah, like, imagine you make New York City, and then you make another game with New York City, and you're like, well, we have a perfectly good New York City. Let's use it. The audacity, right? See, this is what you gotta appreciate about the Yakuza series. They have unabashedly reused assets forever. They don't want Square to reuse. Why would Square not reuse the assets of the big old open world that they made when the sequel game is going to take place in the same world? Like, yes, reuse all those assets. Make the game quicker. Like, my expectation is, like, yeah, the next Final Fantasy game should, like, FF7 sequel should come out quicker because they've already made a bunch of the assets for the open world. Like, absolutely. Are you kidding me? I mean, frankly, these people just don't understand how game development works and should be ignored. It's like, there's nothing wrong with reusing an asset. Like, what are we going to complain about next? Like, this sequel, like, you know, this model of Ichiban is like the same model of Ichiban as the previous game in which he was also the main character. Like, how dare they? Like, come on. Yeah, an OG revisit like everywhere, and you have the ability to go anywhere in that world at like any point. Like, yes, reuse the assets. Are you crazy? Like, obviously reuse them. Or else what are we doing? Like, if we don't reuse them, then legitimately what are we doing? Sujimon, Sujimon, Sujimon. We made it. We made it to what the speed run's about, boys. But yeah, I haven't finished Rebirth, but I've had like a friend who has, who's told me like a handful of things. Like he told me Rocket City is like not in the game, but like apparently Sid is. Like I don't know how that works. I don't know. I'll play the game and find out. Yeah, I heard about Wu Tai being moved to Part 3, and that makes sense. Considering the fact that Wu Tai's like something that in like even a remake was like expanded on quite a bit as like a concept. 1 second. Hello? Sorry. That's bad. Okay. Alright, Sujimon. Woo. But yeah, moving Wu Tai to like Part 3 and really expanding on it makes a lot of sense. Considering Remake like already expanded on Wu Tai as a concept. So like I hope that Wu Tai gets a much like expanded role in the next game. No, Tree, I was just explaining that I have been playing Rebirth. I have not finished it. I'm at Costa del Sol right now. The game is so massive, man. It's ridiculous. I think I've also been taking a little bit of a break because of both trying to find time to run this and IRL stuff. So I think when I go back, I'm going to stop trying to like. I think when I go back, I'm going to stop trying to 100% like everything because I was doing that a lot at the start, and now it's like, wait a second, this game is massive. Wait a second, this is too much. 90 speed. Okay. Yeah, I figured you probably could go back because I assume they give you like modes of transportations and remakes and stuff. Yeah, remake time gated like most of the side content. Like I assume from playing OG that you get like various modes of transportation and stuff. And I've already seen that like once you cross the swamp into Junon, I think it is, like you have like once you cross the swamp, after you do like a certain side quest, you can pay to like go back across like through the mines and everything, not having to do all that. So I got the impression it's not nearly as restrictive. Remake is very restrictive. Why do I keep getting that slow bugger? I don't like him. I'm not putting him on the team. I'm not doing it. We're going to put whoever I get in this next fight on the team. And if he's a little underleveled, like, who cares? He just needs to be faster than that really, really slow statue. The statue is not an insult. He's actually just a statue. That is a descriptive term. Would Hypnotizer kill from here? I don't think so. I think I just attacked twice. Okay, what's the drop? He's also slow, I think. Whatever. He can't be as slow as the statue. No. This fight spawn wants to go. Alright, just lob some grenades at this guy, it's fine. What did everyone do fighting this guy casually? I legitimately threw baseballs at him. Casually. For, like, all of the fights. Especially when he gets all the, like, evasive buffs where you can't really hit him. I just started chucking anything I had at him. Like, fine, I can't hit you? Like, dodge this. Yeah, he has 100 speed. That's perfectly fine. Saw him later, so he just slapped him. I mean, yeah. Fair. The dichotomy of being over-leveled versus not in your RPGs. His second one being cocky and he bullied. That sounds right. That sounds right. Yeah. No, you go all the way to the docks and you're like, wait, I'm not supposed to be here. Arns when he's level 25-ish and you're 20. Yep. Yep. Sounds right. Alright, I'm going to tell you how this first gym leader is going to go, and you're going to clap, okay? So, we're going to attack twice with our light dude leading off in the middle. Him and Gangplank on the left are going to die. Then Sadachi's going to be subbed in, and Sadachi's going to just wreck everything that's left. That's what's going to happen. See, I'm going to attack first. We're going to attack the here. Then he's going to sub in his big scary darkness mon he has in the back. He's going to hit like an absolute truck. Because that's what this guy does. Our two mons in the center and left will die next turn. I don't care. We need to get this chip damage off so that Tadachi can come in and clean up. And how close of a battle it is from this point on depends on a lot of things. For example, does this kill the guy in the center? No, then it's going to be closer than it could have otherwise been. Like, I need to get rid of the guy in the center so that flaming footwork can take out everybody. Annoyingly. And, like, yeah, it's gonna be close. It's always close. He's going to use his special on the fire guy on the right, and Sadachi should just barely survive. Okay, he survived much more handily than I'm used to. Cool. So, yeah, this'll kill, right? No? Well, next one will kill. It's fine, we win. Either way, we win. He made it interesting. Wait, how did Tadachi survive that? That's funny. Anyway, we win. He lost us a bunch of time doing all that. But frankly, Jack is a pain, and as long as we win, I don't care. Okay, important. Talk to this agent. Get the 10 agents you get as a reward for every gym. They are vital. Now go to the Nancy side quest. Nancy. I mean, what's not to love about this speedrun? You help a couple crayfish fall in love. Help a couple crayfish fall in love. You eat a bunch of nachos. The crayfish go take out some dudes that are like 20 levels higher than you, and you play a Pokemon like ripoff. What's not to love? It's got everything. Actually, I should just leave Gangplank there for the speed. Ow. Yeah, this battle is honestly kind of tough. It's very possible for me to lose this. I shouldn't, but it's possible. Nice, I can now use Flaming Footwork. See what I mean? Annoying. Heyo, Shining Goomba. It's going. It is going. You might think, oh, you have a grass type. Grass is super effective against water. You should attack with it. And I would say, yes, but also this scrap type really sucks. So we'll let him get the finishing move. Mostly because my other guys died. As good a reason as any, right? Oh, sick. That's a sick drop. We absolutely take those. That's going to make the pulls a little less annoying in a bit. That's one less thing we have to pull. You're not going to see him in this next gym, more than likely, however. Typical grass type kill stealing. I could sub him in now and he would get some leveling. It's not the worst idea ever, but it's too late. Anyway. Man, if you're wondering what the when this run gets interesting, it's this next gym. Because we have one more battle with this kind of makeshift crew, and then they're just not going to be good enough. And we're going to have to do some polls! Yay! Everyone loves polls and gacha games, right? Yeah, what makes this run really interesting for me is that I have an idea of what I want on my team, but we have to randomly pull and make do with what we get. Or, you know, save scum if it's so outrageously bad that I can't make it work. But I found I can usually make it work. More often than not. Sadachi, however, is just really good. Wasn't enough RNG in my life. Hey, man. There's a chance that could kill, and I'm not going to risk it because we need to get the flaming footwork off. The flaming footwork really is our win condition. For all intents and purposes. I mashed it out just to try to get it out quickly and ended up with the bullseye. It's funny. Hey man, different types of RNG. Also, this is way more laid back than Kingdom Hearts runs are. Like, this is very chill. Like, we're vibing, man. We're playing, obviously not Pokemon. Like... For some reason, running into this umbrella triggers the game recognizing that you have enough levels to come here. I don't know why. It's very weird. Random polls time. Alright, make a save. Now, cross your fingers. What do we get? A bunch of garbage. A bunch of garbage and one guy that I desperately need. It's like, one guy that's okay, but this is pretty bad. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. More garbage. That guy's not bad. That guy's a guy I really want. A couple not bad guys there. Okay. There's one. There's a rare pull here. What do we get? Oh, baby. We are in there. Okay. We're set. I barely care about what the rest of these pulls are. We are set. Perfect. We are set. Easy peasy. You know why we're set? Because this guy is a monster. This guy's about to carry us through the whole freaking thing. So he's going to get the levels. You're 140, which isn't bad. You're 150, which is better. You're 180, which is the best. You get to stick around as our speed dork of choice. Speed dork, come on up. Get your levels. Let's get you up to 14. Let's call it. There are our... That's our speed dorks. I could level up that guy. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. You're 130, which isn't awful, but we're just going to level... We're just going to get you in our lineup right away, I think. This could be the wrong thing to do, but it feels good. Because we'll get the shark guy in our lineup early. Alright, now let's get our new team of dorks in here. Beautiful. Where do you go? Great. You get up here. And who's our last dork? Who's our last dork is the question of the hour. It could be a handful of dudes. It could be a handful of dudes, depending on what we want to accomplish. Like, you would be a decent one, and you would be a decent one. We're going to go with you, I think. On one hand, this shouldn't gold because I've spent a lot of time deliberating. On the other hand, look at how hard this guy hits. Look at that. Like, look at this guy. Look at him. He's so good. Does he have a special? He does not. Okay. That's weird and interesting. That's weird and unique and interesting. Gonna change how we approach some of this. He is the special. You aren't wrong. He's just a big, beefy bear, man. He hits so hard. Just, oof. He hits so hard. Okay, this will be a good barometer for what I'm afraid of. Yeah, okay. I have a right to be afraid. Okay, so we're going to have to do this differently than I normally do this. The, queen fight, I mean. I have a whole strat. The strat's not going to quite work. The shark also hits pretty hard, by the way. Not quite as hard, but pretty hard. This is, this battle's displaying exactly why I'm going to have to play this differently. So, I have an idea. I have an idea for what I can do. I don't know if it'll work the way I want it to, but we're going to try it. And we're going to see. What we're going to try is we're going to try having our... He has one fire dude. Yeah? The fire dude is a problem, because he can take out our big beefy bear. So the strategy is we're going to try to use our shark to take out the fire dude. Because we have a darkness guy in the middle, he should do exactly this. Sub out for this light guy, who doesn't hit hard at all. He's fast, so he'll attack us a lot, but he hits not hard. Beautiful. We should get one attack before he can special, and in that one attack before he specials, he won't be able to get Flaming Footwork off. Beautiful. The question is, what does he use the special on? He uses it now. Okay. I can live with that. I can't really live with how slow everybody is. Let's see if Home Run Bat's strong enough. It's pretty strong. He's specialing again? We might not be high enough level to make the strat work. Let's see how strong Home Run Bat really is, huh? Oh. And this was me concerned. This was me, like, legitimately concerned for a second. Like, no. We have the big boy. We are set. We have the biggest, chunkiest boy. Okay, let's talk to the agent. Because there is some leveling we want to do. What the heck? Okay. Yeah, he's a big, chunky boy. Alright, this wolf guy is a very good speed dork, but he's not leveled up at all, so we need to fix that. Once he's leveled up, he's a great speed dork. One of the better ones, he just is a little squishy. And this guy is a pretty solid speed dork once we get this up and running. Alright, and we have our... I mean, this is our team. It's our team for the rest of the run, basically. It is both Pokemon and Digimon, you're not wrong. You are correct. Get him up. Great. We're going to fast travel over here because there's a trainer that we can battle here. We need to battle 3 trainers to unlock the next gym. And also, it's right next to a recharge station, which we need a recharge. We always need a recharge by this point. Alright, so now that this is all settled, our team is this. This is our team. This is our team for the rest of the run. We'll be just fine. You see how hard this guy hits, right? You know, there are lucky pulls, and then there's pulling this guy, where you're just like, oh, okay, we just win. Cool. That's good. We're really fast, too. Like, God. Alright, so I can explain the team building philosophy, and from there I can explain why this guy is so good. So, here's the team building philosophy. We need a grass guy that hits like a truck. It's almost always a hunter guy that is pretty cheap and easy to get. That I was planning to get, and then obviously I got this guy, and this guy is just better. So, neat. Always neat when that can happen. Like, then we need a big, beefy, like, strong-hitting water guy for this gym coming up specifically. This next gym coming up specifically, you really need a strong-hitting water type. And Sadachi just stays in the party because he's a very good fire type. Like, he's speedy, he hits hard, he has a good finisher, you get him from the start. There's not a good reason to replace him. And then the other 3 slots are not intended to deal damage. They are what I call speed dorks. Their whole goal is, you see 450 speed here? That means we're fast enough we get to attack a lot. And we get to attack a lot with this guy who hits really hard. See? We're so fast that we get to attack twice in a row with this guy. So that's why we need good speed dorks. Their whole... I don't need them to attack. They will never attack unless things go horribly wrong. Maybe I use one of their specials, because a couple of them have decent ones. But their whole thing is to sit there. Is to sit there and be fast so that our strong-hitting dudes can hit like trucks as often as possible. And that's the team-building philosophy. This is a pretty standard team, except we replace our standard grass heavy hitter with maybe the best heavy hitter in the entire game. Like, this guy is very high up there for best Sujimon in the game. There's one guy I can think of. He's a Darkness Mon. I don't know any of the names. But there's one guy I can think of who's a Darkness Mon who has like 170 speed, who hits like a truck, who might be better. I mean, that's a not very effective attack against this fire type, by the way. He just doesn't care. He just hits so hard, he doesn't care. He's going to make this whole run a joke. He's going to make this whole run a joke. It's like, guys, I have notes. I rounded out all of the fights. There were like strats and things that I have to do. Some of these fights are like really intricate, and you have to manipulate the AI, and then you know, haha, big guy go bonk. Well, it's not shiny, but we'll get to that when we get there. Me PBing at this point has nothing to do with the Sujimon. We'll get there when we get there. If it were just the Sujimon, my PB would be a good, like, 5 minutes faster by now. These guys have a bunch of hard-hitting fire types, which is why we have the shark guy. But, I don't think it matters. I think we have big Booga Booga, and we just, smack them. Like, I think we go Booga Booga, and if he dies, who cares? That's what I'm thinking. If he dies, he already did his job. He went Booga Booga. Like, Mashing into bullseyes. SMH. Like, I don't see a reason to care about typing when you have a guy this strong. My entire strategy for the next gym leader was all about the typing and taking advantage of that, and now I'm just like, bunga bunga? It's like, that's fine and good, but bunga bunga. You know? Like, just bonk him. Like, I don't know, man. When you have a guy this strong, just bonk. Sometimes it's that easy. Yeah, big boy swing, big stick. Does it have to be more complicated than that? Sometimes it does, because this is going to be faster if I switch in Shark and use the special. Because the special is still super effective, so that's why the Shark guy's here. Alright, need a few levels to take on Ace over here. We typically need you at level 30 to take on this. We'll get you to level 32 because, well, I don't know, it feels good. Get you to 28. You to 28. You to 28. I typically have a very different strategy for this guy, but I think the strategy is let the big boy... I think the strategy is let the big boy swing. The big boy's going to die. He is going to die, because Ace here has a couple strong fire types. But I don't think I care. I don't think I care that he dies. I think I care that I get some big swings. Yeah, that's my case in point, is he will die. In fact, I'm going to save him from dying here. Because I don't need him to die here. From here, we can just flaming footwork and, Alright, well, we get the big boy to do one more big swing, and then we're set, basically. Basically, big boy's coming back in, big boy takes a swing. He's going to use a special. He's going to use his special here, or he should. Yep. Yep. Going to take some guys out. All of these guys die. Doesn't matter, because Shark comes in. Shark decimates the last guy he has. And big guy with big stick hard carried, man. He hard carried against a team that has a lot of strong fire types. Big guy with big stick is really strong. Just go bonk. Like, I don't know, man. Sometimes it's that easy. Just go bonk. And my team's set, so I don't have to talk to this agent again. I can just go. I can just go start fighting more trainers. I don't know, man. I think all of the strats that I have normally, I just throw out the door because big guy has big sticks. Like, I think it's that simple. Yeah, because big guy, big stick, he's clearing out everybody quickly. Like, he's clearing out in like 1 or 2 hits some of these random, fights that are supposed to last a bit. All of that adds up in the time save. Like, big guy with big stick, man. Like, let's see how much damage he does against a level 37. Look at the left. He's a fire type. He's 7 levels above the big guy. It's a not very effective move because it's a fire type. And he's going to die in 2 hits. He's going to die in 2 hits. The big guy doesn't care. What, you mean my party members in their own segways? Because if that's what you mean, then yes, they've been following me around. And the other thing is big guy with big stick is so strong that I don't have to use specials to win fights. And if I don't use specials, I don't waste time staring at the roulette wheel. So it's saving time there, too. I mean, it's just saving a bunch of time in a bunch of different ways. We are set for a massive PB if the agents cooperate. Which I can explain because we have to start preparing for that in this split. Yeah, the party members have their own segues. It's great. So, yeah, the reason this isn't a guaranteed massive PB is because after we fight King, which is the last Sujimon battle we have to do, in order to claim our rightful place as a Sujimon master, there's a whole story thing that happens, and we have to fight a couple of agents. These agents are level 31. We are level 11. This isn't a Sujimon battle. This is a battle with Ichiban and company. Where we are only level 11, because this is Chapter 4, and we've been speedrunning. So we have to take out some guys that are 20 levels higher than us in order to officially finish the run. Now, can we kill the guys who are level 20 levels higher than us? Yes, absolutely. Easy peasy. Because we have our favorite crawfish, Nancy. She's our pet crayfish. We're helping her find love throughout the middle of this run. She's great. She can take the guys out, no problem. The problem is we have to be able to... we need $5,000 in order to summon Nancy to take the guys out for us. So that's problem 1. Problem 2 is we need to be able to survive the attack long enough. We need to be able to survive in the battle long enough to be able to actually take our turn in a turn-based battle system. If they just kill us before we can attack, then we can't summon Nancy, we can't win. So those are the 2 problems. So the 5,000 money, if we beat up on a bunch of Sujimon trainers, we can get $5,000. Like, that's okay. We can handle that. The surviving part is BS, though. You just saw me buy some armor. The armor's going to help. And I'm going to eat a bunch of nachos later. That's going to buff my defense. And basically, I'm going to do a bunch of stuff to pad my defense, and then it's about a, like, 1 in 4-ish chance that I survive the agent's attacks and get to attack once. And if I attack once, I win. And I have, with the excess money we're going to get, I'll have about 5 chances. I have about 5 chances at about a 1 in 4. If we don't get it, then we can't finish the run. Like, we can reload and fight King again and try again, but that's all we could do. So, yeah. That's the reason that I don't know how seriously anyone's ever going to be able to take this category. Because, yeah, it's literally the last thing in the entire run you do, and it's all RNG, and it sucks. It sucks. I have had my last, I believe, 3 runs. It's either 2 or 3 runs have been minutes ahead on clear, easy PB pace. Going into, like, after I beat King, and I just needed the agents to cooperate, and they chose not to. Which means I haven't been able to PB. That's really bad. But can I talk to this guy and, like... Sure I can, okay. Talking to dudes can despawn fight spawns, so that helped. If I got caught in there, that would have lost way more time than turning around. So, story reason, I had to go back to Ace's gym. Story reason, I have to kill some time before I can go fight Joker. During the story reason, we're going to go unlock our summon for our dear crayfish Nancy. Which, we've already started the side quest. There's just a couple more things we have to do real quick. And then we'll be able to summon Nancy. And Nancy can take out people 20 levels higher than us. No questions asked. First, we just have to throw her. I promise you, she wants us to throw her in that situation, okay? Like, she lands in, like, pincer formation, like, attacks some humans. It's cool, okay? And we're going to get our message that we can go fight Joker now. Which is fine and dandy, but first we have to finish this side quest. But yeah, long story short, like, if the agents cooperate with the team I have, if everything goes well, this run will be over in the next 20 minutes. If it goes well, we'll be over in the next 20 minutes. If it doesn't go well, I won't finish. Like, that's the situation, as it were. Have leftover flashbangs for this moment. Hooray. There's Nancy. That's our summon. That's our win condition. Now we have to go back to Ace's gym, pick up Sadachi, who would normally be really, really good and would be what we rely on for this next gym. But we have a big, oversized bear with a bat, and I think we just let him bonk things. I don't see why we overcomplicate this. Like, Sadachi gets a Super Saiyan power-up and is really, really strong. And, like, does fantastic work in this next bit. And, like, I just don't think we use him. I just don't think we use him. I think we bunk. Is that wrong? I have no idea. Is it what we're doing? Yeah. I think when you get the RNG to bunk, you bunk. That's not what I wanted to do. Anyway, when you get the RNG to bunk, bunk. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I think if you can bunk, you do bunk. So you went Super Saiyan, Zadachi. That's cool and all, but, like... Can you beat the guy with a stick? Yeah, turn manipulation, sure. Why not? Anyway, back to bonking. We're going to interrupt our bonking because I don't know if the bonk will one-hit this guy in the center. And I'm pretty positive Flaming Footwork will, because Flaming Footwork is super effective. So Super Saiyan Tadachi, thanks for showing up. Oh god, this wolf, this poor wolf, this poor wolfy guy over on the right. Oh boy, he is dead. He is so dead. 483 damage. Oh, he's so dead. Okay. Again, I have Flaming Footwork, so I think we use it. This Flaming Footwork's just really good. And then we bonk. Like, Flaming Footwork and bonk, I think, are the only two things I should be considering doing. And in the King fight, we'll consider putting in the Shark. Because King has two incredibly strong fire guys who are going to be able to take out my big bonker. That sounds so wrong. He has two really strong fire guys that can take out my grass type, no problem. And that's the Shark's job. The Shark's job is to deal with them. Look at this poor wolf on their left. Oh, he's so dead. The power of the bonk is, yeah. And again, because I can flaming footwork, I think I do. This flaming footwork's real strong. Is it even necessary? Yeah, apparently it was, because he took out the bonk. Which is fine. We get to see Super Saiyan Tadachi attack. Cool. I saved a minute despite stopping for a shopping trip that wasn't in my gold. That's the power of the freaking bear guy, man. The bear, he's really strong, man. He's so strong. Anyway, I have some more grenades, so eat it, Joker. Alright, we have 3 more Suji battles we need to do before we take on King. Mostly because we really need the money. The game will let us fight King right now. We could just walk in and do the fight. The game allows that, but we really need more money, and also a few more levels on our Mon, like, wouldn't help anyone, or wouldn't hurt at all. It would help us quite a bit. 3 battles will get all of our guys up around level 45, and all of King's guys are around like 50. So it definitely helps. Man, I mean, he can take 3 attacks from this strong fire guy. Like, this is ridiculous. This run has just turned into the big guy show. Just let the big guy with the bat. Just let him do his thing. Let him cook. Let that guy cook. That guy's got it. That's all this run is. Just let the guy with the bear pelt, like, cook. If we don't have it, we know he does. If the agents play nice, this is going to be a pretty massive PB. Just yikes. And he's going to survive a second attack from this guy. Yeah, not even close. He can almost just manhandle everyone. Oh. Could a regular attack finish the fight? Possibly. Will a special attack absolutely finish the fight? Yes. That's the mindset. And less turns equals faster, so... Alright, one more Sujimon battle before we fight King. And before we see if we PB or not. I mean, for frame of reference, the grass attacker that I normally get in most of my runs that doesn't need a rare draw is he's strong. Like, he normally leads these attacks anyway. Like, it's normally this battle formation with that guy instead of this BV boy. And for reference, it takes 2 hits to take out that wolf. Like, the hunter does a really good job, but this guy just makes a mockery of it. Alright, let's eat a bunch of nachos. Very important. Nachos and lamb chops. Who at RGG said this sounds like a really appetizing combination? I have no idea. I have no idea. I just know it buffs our defense, and we need it desperately. Alright. Last couple things for prep. We need to buy some shoes. That will make us agile enough to be able to attack the speedy guy. And we need to go to the pawn shop real quick just to get some extra money in case we get bad luck. That's all we're doing. We're just coming here to sell some things. Alright. I need a couple of these guys to be a little stronger. I really want to talk to you to get the 47. We'll take the time to make it happen. Alright, this is it. The last... This is the champion. This is the Sujimon Master. King himself. Alright, Beefy Boy swings. That's ridiculous. He's going to die in 2 hits to this guy, because this guy is really, really strong. And it just doesn't matter. I'm perfectly okay with that. Because he will have done his job. His job is already done. What I needed him to do is already over. Your job is the Sharknado. Right now, that's your whole job. Okay, he's going to special next turn. But we get to attack first. Okay, this is going to be closer than it has any real right to be, but we should win. Because he's going to special. The special might kill somebody. But we win this. No! What? What? I think the bear might have been too good. I've never seen the special take out everybody. The special's very strong, but I've never seen it actually take everyone out. What do I even do about it? My first thought is I don't. Like, I don't think I do anything about it. I think I just bonk. Like, I think if he lets me bonk, I bonk. Please. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. He uses the finisher here, that's fine. We have 2 in the back. Doesn't matter. And now the shark... See? The shark survived the special. No problem this time. That's why I'm confused. Like, I don't understand why one of my guys didn't survive. Anyway, this is an easy win. We did it. We won the Sujimon League. Now we just need the agents to play nice. All we needed was one guy to survive, and I've never seen one guy not survive there, so I'm confused. But what can you do? Alright. This is about a 1 in 4. There are a couple attacks they can do. We need them to not start the fight with Merciless Barrage. Because if he does that, Ichiban's basically dead. Like, we need the first attack to not be Merciless Barrage, like they did just then. That's the worst thing they can do. Ideally, I want to see solo attacks on individual party members. That's the ideal. That makes survival really simple. The Wild Salvo isn't great because it hits multiple, and yeah, we're dead. We're dead. Take 3. We should have at least 2 more attempts after this one, so 3 more attempts. That's not what I want. Yeah. Playing nice, they are absolutely not. I have this attempt, and I have 1 more attempt. And then we would have to fight King again. Okay, that's promising. Promising. Okay, I think we do it. Yep. Get Nancy on the phone. We finally PB. That took way more attempts to BB than it should have. That was way more annoying to PB in this category again than I thought it would be. But it's a massive PB because of that. There it is. Kazuga is now a Sujimon master. That's it. Two 215 IGT. I feel like that's pretty good. And it still had a def. It still had a def in a freaking Sujimon battle. Ah!